Representative Tom Price, Republican from Georgia, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. It's wonderful. Appreciate it.
Well, we always enjoy having you on Newsmax TV, so thanks for stopping by. On Thursday, the new Republican majority rejected a spending plan crafted by House leaders saying its cuts fall short of the $100 billion campaign promise. How do you see this playing out?
This is a wonderful process that is more open than we've seen, at least in the last 4 years. I see it playing out in a way that makes it so that we get to at least $100 billion in just this short time, and then go on from there. The fact of the matter is we have deficits of $1.4, $1.4, and $1.5 trillion over the last 3 years under this administration. You can't continue that, and so we've got to begin where we're able to, which right now is at that $100 billion level, and then move on down from there, making certain that we address the entitlement spending, which is what gets us all into trouble.
Are these cuts deep enough for you?
Well, the cuts right now are on a short period of time, 7-month period of time. They're actually about 35% of the discretionary money that's available. Look, I think we need to decrease spending so much so that we actually balance the budget. I know that's a novel thought, but balancing the budget ought to be our goal. And I think this is the first step in the beginning of that path to a balanced budget.
What about military spending and cutting? I mean, should that be on or off the table?
Everything's got to be on the table, but in terms of defense, we need to make certain that we fulfill our responsibility to make certain that America is indeed safe and secure. But there's so many things when you drill down into that defense budget where you can save money based upon the procurement process or the bureaucracy that is built up within the Defense Department. There's so many things in the Defense Department that don't actually contribute to our nation's defense, and those are the areas where we ought to be cutting.
Now, the standoff between conservatives and the rest of the GOP, do you see this leading to a potential government shutdown?
Not within the conservatives and the GOP, absolutely not. I mean, the vast majority of our conference now in the House of Representatives consider themselves conservatives, over 175 members of the Republican Study Committee, and what they will demand of all of us, which is appropriate, is much greater fiscal responsibility and attention to the constitutional principles.
Now, little mini rebellion this week within the GOP on the question of spending. Do you see dissension within the party leading to potential difficulties for Republicans and clashes down the road with Democrats or the White House, say on other issues like whether to raise the debt ceiling?
I don't think so within the conference. And people I have identified this little clash, as you called it. Actually, it's just deliberation. It's what this process ought to be. What we've had the last 4 years under Speaker Pelosi has been a top-down philosophy in Congress, so that she would tell her representatives, the members of her caucus, what to do. That's not going to happen anymore. And so what we're seeing is a process that we haven't seen in a long time.
Now, President Obama, in his recent interview with Fox's Bill O'Reilly, basically downplayed concerns about the Muslim Brotherhood. Was he right or wrong to do so?
I think if you look at the history of that organization, there is no doubt that one of the tenets that they have is to expand the reach of Islamic extremists and to affect in our way of life in a very destructive manner.
All right. Well, the unrest in the Middle East has led to concerns over oil prices. In light of that, should President Obama re-examine his policy on oil? And do you feel that his energy policies are putting us on a path toward inflation?
Well, they're not just putting us on a path toward inflation, they're putting us on a path toward a significant decrease in our own national security. We have incredible resources in our country, energy resources, and this administration has put them off limits. There is no reason whatsoever why we ought not responsibly be utilizing all of our resources, why we ought not be encouraging conservation, and why we ought not be incentivizing aggressive and active new forms of energy creation. This administration, however, believes that somehow you can not utilize appropriately resources that we have available and be able to decrease our reliance on foreign oil. We are in this position because both Republican and Democrat administrations have not taken the initiative to be able to utilize our resources in a responsible way.
Representative Tom Price, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks. Great to be with you. I appreciate it.